magic of the Master Sword. Magical land of Hyrule, a hero feared by all ghosts and ghouls, with the power to save us from Ganon's dark force tonight. Fighting through the overworld fast as lightning, with the thunder and rain behind him, to the castle to crush the evil demons wrath tonight. For the Twilight Princess and the evil priestess, for the lost treasure chest far beyond the sky. See the legend rising from the gates of time now. All feel the magic of the Master Sword. Wisdom, courage, and the power unite now. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Power of the Triforce. Power of the Triforce. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Raise high. Over lakes and mountains, the hooves of our horses pounding, the cries of our enemies sounding, the numbers of the dead pile high in the fire of mystery, raging with the magic hammer invading, break the chains of the seven maidens. Now the pyramids are destroyed by the lonely destiny. In the swamp of evil, find the ancient seal. With the light restored, behold the golden key. See the legend rising from the gates of time now. All feel the magic of the Master Sword. Wisdom, courage, and the power unite now. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Power of the Triforce. Power of the Triforce. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Raise high, dark wizards rise from dungeons down below. To the final battle now, with agony we go, now we go. With the stones of power and the mystic tree, with the green lands of Hyrule now free. See our arrows fly, Ganon's last defeat, and the stars awaken now, forever free. See the legend rising from the gates of time now. All feel the magic of the Master Sword. Wisdom, courage, and the power unite now. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Power of the Triforce. Power of the Triforce. All feel the glory of the Master Sword. Raise high.
I'm Nintendo Prime, bitch.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Yeah.
Well, it is Nintendo Direct Day, and let me just adjust some things here, because we're not just having fun. We're watching the Nintendo Direct. It ain't just about fun around here. It's about business. And that business today is the Nintendo Direct. All right. That said, how we doing, folks? Welcome to our little pre-show before the big show. We have a partner showcase happening in roughly an hour. We may or may not be joined by Thunderstash Gaming later. It's okay if he doesn't. But we're going to be, talking about some things. We think we have a couple of the games that are going to be in the Direct possibly 3 of the games based on things that happened since our podcast ended. For those who don't know, we had a podcast last night, like usual, on every Wednesday night. Even if there's going to be a direct the next day, we still have the podcast. We are doing a bonus podcast tonight, so you're getting another podcast tonight. So I'm stupidly excited about that as well. It probably won't be as long as yesterday's podcast because it's just on one topic, the Nintendo Direct. That being said, it doesn't mean that it won't be a really exciting show, because obviously we expect there to be some pretty exciting announcements today. And if there aren't exciting announcements, that's also worth talking about. That said, one thing I want to point out here is when we look at some stuff here is some of the news that happened overnight. So, for starters, Bill Cotton, aka Billy, aka Deal Labs, says we reveal the release dates of Xbox titles for Switch 2. These are likely going to be in today's show, I would assume, since they have the dates. They always get the dates from retail. As you scroll down here, they talk about a partner showcase. It says, furthermore, other publishers will take advantage of announcing release dates for certain ports, like Xbox. Indeed, the publisher has planned several titles this year, like Indiana Jones. It's called the Great Circle. I don't know what it might be called, Ancient Circle in their territory. And then Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. All right. Well, you don't have to wait long. Pre-orders will open today. According to information, different physical versions. I want to be very clear about this, guys. Xbox doesn't do physical. Like when you hear physical versions of Xbox games, it's not a cartridge. Okay. I just want to tell you that right now. It's either a key card or a code in box. I'm just going to get this just out of the way right now. Xbox does the same thing on PlayStation. They do the same thing on their own console. They're pretty consistent across the board. So it's going to be a key card or it's going to be a code in box. Basically, they only do digital. All right. That said, according to our information, different physical versions will be planned for Xbox titles. We can also confirm that the pre-orders for these will open today. That's why I think it's going to be in the direct today if the pre-orders are opening today, right? So Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, going to be a game key card apparently on May 12th. Looks like it's going to be $70. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is going to be just a code in box or download codes. Are digital only, no ability to resell, for $60, coming out April 28th. So I'm assuming that these are going to be in today's show. Obviously, both of these though are obviously things we already knew about, right? We already knew that these games were announced for Switch 2. So getting updates and release dates, no real surprise there. That's going to be expected today. Both of those are excellent video games, so no real complaints, neither of which have ever been on Nintendo. So there's lots of you guys that have maybe never even played those games. So that's one thing. That's one thing to remember. And then we have Hollow Knight as well. Got announced today that a Switch 2 version, is going to be coming. They talked about it. And the big thing is this might be Shadow Drop today because a PEGI rating for has now surfaced according to the official PEGI site. So it is possible that the Switch 2 version of Hollow Knight, like the official Switch 2 version for Hollow Knight, not Silksong, the original Hollow Knight, could be dropping today. That could be the Shadow Drop that potentially Switch Force was teasing. So could be a Hollow Knight one today. Stash said he messaged me like an hour ago. Where? I have no DM. Oh, you did it on Twitter. That's why. See, I was looking on Discord because Discord is where we would have to link up to do the video call. So I was looking on Discord. Okay. So you're probably ready to go then, Stash, right? So let me get Thunder Stash in here, get his reaction to some of this stuff as well. So give me one moment here, guys. I got to switch up. Actually, what stream layouts do I have ready to go for him? And come on. Excuse me while I fly around my. This is the one. That's the one. Okay. Let me get Stash up in here though, because none of it matters without Stash. So let me get him called up here on Discord and get him in here. Oh, I don't have my second video stream up. Well, it doesn't really matter in the end that I don't have the second video stream up. Okay. All right, there he is. Can you hear me? Through Discord? Can you hear me? Hold on. Yeah, see, my audio's not working on Discord. Let me Let me get this fixed here. Why isn't my audio working? Test. Okay, the mic's working. Why isn't? Hello? Test? Dash, say something. Maybe you were muted too. That's possible. Might not be at my end. So my mic is coming through. You should be coming through, but I don't know. Everything's right on my end. So Stash, want to just check your audio settings for your mic on Discord? 'Cause I can't hear you talk. I know you can hear me, but all right. So I'll get Stash on screen here for you guys. Just give me a second here. I gotta pop him out and do his thing.
Hello?
There we go. Now I can hear you. You're good to go now. I'll give you a second, guys. I will get Stash on screen here because I should have checked my DMs apparently on Twitter. There we go. See, he's on screen. It was that simple. It was that simple. Apparently I already had it set up. Look at that. So Stash Man's here to react to the Nintendo Direct. Obviously, I don't know how this. I am gonna have to change it. Well, since he's here, let's go ahead and. What scene do I have to use for that I set up? No, not that one. Not that one. This is the one. Okay. I have to change this because one, you can't see me right now. Hold on. I have to go to. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me for a second. This is stuff that I wish I was paying attention to earlier when I got this set up. So I can be like this, shrink myself down a bit, kind of something like that. And I'll get Stash shrunk down as well because right now Stash is massive. Where is that one? All right, is it that one? No, that's me. 44, that's me. Nope. 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 Well, dude, where is that camera? I see it. I literally see a zoomed in Stash shirt. I went through every source. That doesn't make sense to me. It's not the topic. Not the featured chat. It's not the alerts. It's not the chat overlay. Not the background. Is this it? That's it. Okay, I got it. No, that's not the problem. Unlock it. I gotta shrink Stash. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, I see what it's doing. All right, let me. Man, has it really been since opening night live that I've had you on? Jeez.
Guess so.
Man,
Been a long time.
yeah. I know what's going on, guys. We have to fix the transform. All right, so let's set the transform back to 0. Okay. All right. Let's shrink him down. He's gonna be massive on the screen right now, guys. Sorry while I'm doing this live, but I'd rather have this done now before we get to the direct, you know. So we'll get this all sorted here. That way you guys can see his facial expressions.
You see my Piranha 4K dock down there?
That thing looks sick.
I gotta unbox that.
Okay, something like that, guys, and then I will fix his. Lock that in. I'll fix the transform. Oh no, I have to unlock it to fix it. Transform. I'm gonna bring that in from the right. It's coming in like 500. Ooh, almost. Maybe 510. 520. Coming from the top, we'll come in like. Let's try that. That's a little much. I can also pull myself up. Hold on. Almost good, guys. Actually, I don't like that. Where's my properties on this thing? Where's the transform? Oh my god. Almost done, guys. So, Stash, did you see what I obviously mentioned? The dates and stuff for Indiana Jones and
Yeah.
what did it follow for? That was the other one.
Yeah, saw it this morning.
Yeah, it's hard not to pay attention to stuff right now, guys, because obviously direct. You know, things always end up leaking like this before directs. It happens. Not a huge deal, especially since these ones aren't new announcements. So nothing really spoiled. We just know when things are coming out. Like, that's not a big deal. All right. Oops, wrong button. Get them in here. All right, here we go. Now we're good to go, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Having to fiddle around with things. We're good, though. We're good, though. This should have happened beforehand. I just didn't check my Twitter. I don't know why I didn't think to check Twitter DMs before I went live. I just naturally assumed you'd ping me on Discord because that's where the video call happens. Well, welcome.
You know what? I couldn't remember either.
Yeah, welcome, Stash. How's it going?
Thanks, man. Hey, it's good. I'm ready. You know,
Did
Body's
you even
ready.
sleep?
Barely, literally, like barely.
I've been up since 4:30 a.m., which I know for you is like normal for you. But for me, it was like 3 hours after we got off. After we got off the show.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same, man.
Yeah, I couldn't. Dude, guys,
like, screw it.
the night before direct, guys, like I have no problem falling asleep. I can't stay asleep. My mind is racing in excitement. And so it just, yeah, I'm going to be dead later today. It happens. Thank God I do YouTube for a living. So my kids will be at school so I can nap. I just don't want to nap all day because I probably could. So I got to really try to make it more like a power nap, maybe like an hour at most. Because if I go longer than that, I'm going to wake up feeling even worse. That said, guys, we have a bunch of like ats and stuff in the chat. Thank you guys so much. People just saying good morning. Karkun saying hi. What's up? Joris the Pony says you excited for the direct? Of course. That's why I can barely sleep. This happens every time before a direct, by the way. I'm literally used to the day of a direct barely sleeping, and not even because of the podcast. I just can't. I'm excited. Like, guys, this is what I get to do for a living. Is I get to be live watching reveals of video games for a job. Like, this is insane. How can I not be excited? I'm excited when I wasn't doing it for a job. Just watching the direct as a fan. So, like, this is awesome. Yeah, we got like 300 people watching. It's insane. We're not even to the direct yet. It's like 50 minutes away. Let's see. Paul Anetta's showing up this morning. Paul was, no, not this morning. He's going to be on tonight. Paul's going to be on tonight on the bonus podcast episode, which is kind of good since I think Birdman can only stick around for about an hour. The show is not going to be like a 5-hour show unless something absolutely crazy happens. There has to be something insane going on for that to happen. It's a single topic show. So probably only going to be about like 2.5 hours at the most, but we'll see. It all depends on how crazy it gets, because if like new IPs get dropped like Dust Bloods that are exclusive, that you might need some deep dives. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen today. What if F-Zero comes back and it's being made by a third party because that's how it originally started? Yeah, you can't rule that kind of stuff out. Nintendo IPs can show up if they're made by third parties. Let's see here. The first official mainline Fallout game to be on Nintendo hardware being 4 is interesting. Wasn't Fallout 4? I like New Vegas more, but Fallout 4 I thought reviewed really well, didn't it?
I think it was in the 80s. I can't remember though. I loved it. I got the platinum.
High 80s, yeah, 87. Yeah, so definitely a favorite out there. Now, not as high as Fallout 3. Remember, there's a 7-year gap in between, and I believe there's like significantly more reviews on one than the other. Let me see. There was 84 reviews on Fallout 3, and no, actually less reviews on Fallout 4. So quite interesting. I don't know that is that called series decline, folks? I have no idea. Shit's all over the place. Review scores don't really matter unless you're in our fantasy league. Then that's all that matters. Yeah, Fallout 4 is actually let me see. The first Fallout got an 89. Fallout 2 got an 86. Fallout New Vegas got 84. Obviously, Fallout 3 was a 93. which is the peak for the series, and then Fallout 4 80s. So yeah, it's right in range with what all the Fallout games do, kind of mid to high 80s and one in the 90s. So it is obviously a highly regarded series, one of the better series from Bethesda. But also, you got to remember, they haven't made a new Fallout game in a long time. I suspect with the success of the show. Like Fallout 4 came back, guys, like 2015. Just want to understand how long ago that was. But with the success of the show, I guarantee, I know Fallout 76, obviously we're just going to ignore that one. I know it's actually popular and has a good fan base, but I suspect with the success of the show, they're going to bring back another Fallout game and do a Fallout 5 one day. But it takes time to do that. Whenever they maybe greenlit that, I imagine it's going to be a ways away. But the good news is getting Fallout 4 is, that puts us in line to possibly get the other Fallout games, even 76 someday, and Fallout 5. I mean, look, Bethesda is obviously always, they supported Switch pretty well, mostly from id Software side. I also saw a report today that Starfield was planned to come over, but now it might have been canned for some reason for Switch 2. Yeah, Shinobi put it out there. He said that's been pushed out and it might not come out at all. So apparently they were planning to bring over Starfield, which has not been announced for Switch 2. But then they pushed it out and it might not come out at all. And I always wonder, is that more of like they had a hard time getting it running on Switch 2, or is it more of a, hey, this game isn't as successful as we thought it would be, it's just not worth putting more money into it?
I don't know. I mean, it's coming out on PS5
That's an easier port too, like way
very
cheaper
soon
to do.
here.
Yeah. I'm very curious. Like if it does well on PS5, I can see them maybe putting the time in to get on a Switch 2. Or maybe they try to get running on Switch 2 and they just couldn't. That Bethesda engine hasn't been changed out in 20 years. It's got problems. It's got problems on every system they use it on. I don't know why Bethesda refused to like make a new engine or use something else. And I'm not saying Unreal Engine 5 because what's funny when people talk about Unreal Engine 5 not running that well on Switch 2? Dude, have you paid attention, guys? Every game using UE5, it doesn't run well on anything. UE5 is not a very well optimized engine, and I don't know why. It's been out long enough to be optimized. Even on PlayStation, it has problems. So kind of weird. I know the recent update 5.7 apparently helped boost GPU performance for Switch 2. It looked like a Switch 2 centric update, but yeah, like Borderlands 4, guys. A lot of the issues Borderlands 4 is having, and by the way, it's having these issues on the platforms it's already out on. There are some performance issues. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game. Like that engine, like what was it? The director for the Final Fantasy 7 stuff came out and said, yeah, for part 3, we're still going to use Unreal Engine 4. Probably a good call. With the issues 5 has, just stick with UE4. That's fully optimized and just works. And there probably isn't anything you really need. Like, do you really need nanite and all that when they can't get it to run well on anything? Like, it's a cool tech if it worked on anything that was below a 5080 graphics card consistently. Yeah, it's I don't know. This isn't me trying to knock Epic Games. Obviously, it works good in Fortnite. I'm like, dude, they're the makers of the engine. This is like saying, WWE 2K is such a great port. I'm like, yeah, it was ported by Nintendo. So it's like, yeah, the people that created the thing are going to have excellent use of it, but making it difficult for people outside your company to use, that's never good. I wonder if that's going to hurt in the future if some more engines come out. Because the big thing is, like, the reason Unreal Engine, guys, gets used so much is it's one of the only mainstream third-party engines that you can use. Almost everyone else uses like proprietary stuff besides Unity. Like Nintendo uses their own engines. You have Snowdrop engine over at Ubisoft. You got Frostbite over at EA. Like companies tend to make their own engines for stuff.
Crimson Desert, they're using their own engine too.
Yeah, Crimson Desert as well. Like when people say, how can Crimson Desert run on Switch 2? Well, they're using their own engine. They know how scalable their own engine is. I understand people be like, can't believe it's running on Switch 2. I'm like, well, It's using its own engine. It's not a UE5 game. If it was a UE5 game, it ain't coming to Switch 2. But it's not. So it's quite interesting, and that might just become more the norm in the AAA industry, where we start to see people go away from things like Unreal Engine if Unreal Engine continues to have problems like this. And one thing that sucks for Microsoft games is a lot of Microsoft games use Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
Is Indiana Jones using Unreal Engine? I can't remember.
That's a good question.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game engine. Just curious, because like, no, it's not. That's probably why it's coming over.
Mm-hmm.
It's using id Tech 7 engine, which is id Software's engine, which we already know is brilliant with the other games they brought over to Switch. So, yeah, like, I wonder if that's going to be a problem for any Microsoft game using UE5, like even attempting to bring it over. That engine, man. And guys, it's literally not just on Switch 2 that it has problems. Like, oh, this weaker hardware, sure. Doesn't explain why it runs like shit on a PS5 Pro. There's just, it is what it is. And I'm not saying Epic's own games run like shit. Of course not. It's Fortnite. But it's everyone else is having problems with it, because it's just, I don't know. It is what it is. So that's why I think there's going to be a shift in the industry at some point, where some of these AAA companies that rely on UE5 might just finally make their own engine. I know Nintendo was using UE4, I think, on Switch for like, what, Yoshi? Oddly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell is Yoshi? Of all games, it's Yoshi using Unreal Engine. Okay. Or things just go back to UE4, which already still looks really good in the modern day. You just don't have Nanite and Lumen and all that. But hey, if it ain't working well anyways, who cares? And hell, both of Ubisoft's engines are running on Switch 2 right now. They got Anvil and Snowdrop between Assassin's Creed and Star Wars Outlaws. Both are running just fine on Switch 2. Better than people thought they would. All right. Did you miss any leaks from today? It says Tall Show. Just the Silk Song, which might be a shadow drop, got a Peggy rating, just popped up randomly today. Not Silk Song, sorry, Hollow Knight, the original Hollow Knight. That game had a Switch 2 version announced last year, but hasn't come out yet. That could potentially be a shadow drop as an indie game. And then we have Starfield. No, Starfield is not going to be there today. None of us had it on our board anyways. Shinobi said it's been pushed and potentially could get canceled, which could be what happens with Borderlands 4, by the way, in the end. Because Randy talks out his ass, and all of us know this at this point. Remember how he said the Switch 2 is so powerful, this thing's going to run like smooth butter? But dude, it was a UE5 game. I already knew it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, Randy,
yeah.
You're not on the ground floor making the game. Stop making promises on behalf of your game developers.
I know, and he came off so salesy in that video.
Dude, it was so cringe.
Yeah. And, looking back now,
Yeah.
Knowing what we know, obviously we played it at PAX.
Yeah.
Quite extensively.
Yes.
And yeah, just seeing that, like, it sounds like not much progress has been made since then.
Yeah. And guys, here's the thing. The reason I was confused on it, because I'm like, well, yeah, it was rough around the edges, but it ran. We've seen worse games than that on Switch. So I'm like, yeah, they could at least drop it. But then here's the thing. It had bad reception at launch, bad performance on other systems. And then apparently, because I didn't buy it for the other systems, the end game content's really bad. And they haven't added a lot. And it's like way behind what they were doing on Borderlands 3. So apparently Borderlands 4 fans aren't too happy at the moment. So I should just say Borderlands fans. Maybe they don't even like Borderlands 4. I shouldn't say that they're fans of Borderlands 4. So that probably caused some issues. And I know, like, the report is like, hey, they removed them off there so they can focus on making content for Borderlands 4 in general. But I'm like, man, I don't know, man. After the movie flopped and then you're screwing up 4, not so confident in the future of Borderlands at this point. It did end up selling okay. Actually, you could argue it sold well if you look at the numbers, but they did have it on discount a month later, which is usually never a great sign for a AAA game to be on discount a month later. And this is before Black Friday, guys. It came out in September. It was on discount in October. So that's never good. It's never good if you're discounting a month later. That kind of shows that, oh my God, people stop buying our game after like the first week.
Yeah, that's not encouraging at all.
Yeah. So I don't know if we'll ever see that game again on Switch 2, and I know Eric's bummed by that because he's a Borderlands fan, but also if it's a bad game, why are you missing out on it? You don't want to waste your time and money on a bad game. Again, I haven't played it, guys. So I played it at PAX, but I haven't played like the final game. So I can't comment on it being bad myself. I'm just basing this on internet conversations and what people who claim they've played it are saying. So
yeah, I mean, if it's bordering on a bad game, you don't want to spend any time in that land.
Oh. Every time. All right. They call your hoodies the same color as the Queensland State Origin jerseys. You can watch the State Origin from May onwards. Okay. Well, I don't know who they are. That's obviously a sports team for you locally or something. I don't know. It's just maroon. I don't know. I think it's a nice looking color. It's a way to not have black on all the time, but still be like a darker color that looks nice. There's also the old school logo. So this is classic merch you can't buy anymore. So, I also hey, we keep it classic around here, like Game Bird.
Dead stock.
Yep, dead stock. I still have I got like 3 of these sweatshirts and a couple t-shirts still hanging around. Someday I'll wear them out. Actually, you know what? When I get down to just one left where the logo's intact, I might frame it and put it on the wall as like a reminder of the old days, so we don't lose the classicness, like history of the podcast kind of thing. Because I'm sure that even our current logo, it might get updated one day, like 5-6 years from now. I don't know. Things shift, things change.
Probably will.
Can you do a poll to check who's playing Switch 2 at this very moment? Probably a lot of people if they're at home watching the show. If they're at work, probably very little. Yeah, Karka. Do you care how many people of the 350 are playing Switch 2 at the moment? Are you trying to make new friends? Dude says, has there been any leaks that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor might be coming to Switch 2? Nothing publicly. I think that's the best way I can put that.
I think so.
I'm not gonna do it. So moving on. It's like you're a pro at this. Not really. I would call myself a professional at this. I'm still flying by the seat of my pants on many days. There are some things. Okay, I will say I don't give myself enough credit at times, because when you watch someone who, in the past, you guys know who we're talking about, been on the show before, claim they're a professional, and then watch them and how many problems they have, and then you realize, okay, maybe I am a professional compared to people who don't know what they're doing. So okay, I probably should give myself more credit. It's not quite by the seat of my pants. I actually know how my equipment works. So there's that. I'm not even a camera expert, and I still have my camera settings locked in pretty decent. So, and Stash is over there with a really nice webcam, but I'm using like the big DSLR camera and all that nice expensive camera. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I just watched some Google YouTube tutorials and figured it out. It wasn't too difficult. And even then, I know the colors aren't locked in perfect, because you see these lights back here? That is not what color the lights are. I can't get it dialed in on that correctly and then keep the colors right on me, because again, I am not a camera professional. Someday, I've been told that this camera and this lens can dial in those colors behind me and be right, but you have to change this setting and that setting, this setting. I'm like, dude, this camera's got like 70,000 settings. Don't ask me, man. Maybe someday I hire someone to come over just to dial in the settings, so I just leave it alone. Thanks to you and Stash being online so early today, says Cooster. Thank you so much. Aldi says, I don't plan on buying a Switch 2 until they announce something Smash Bros. Related, and that would be exclusive to actually buy it. Since Kirby Air Riders is so new, it will be a while. I don't plan on buying it. Okay, well, I always find that interesting. Obviously, people have, people make purchasing decisions based on a number of factors, and obviously the number one's software. I do find it interesting when when it's always like it's just one game, like I'm waiting for one game to buy a system, because then it makes me feel like when people say that they just don't play a lot of different games, and that's fine. I get it. We all have busy lives. Sometimes you only got time to really commit to one or two games, especially if you like to play never-ending games like Smash. I get it. There's people that they only play World of Warcraft, and it's not because they don't want to play anything else. They just can't commit because there's too much. We've talked about this on the podcast before. Gamebird's brought it up many times. He wishes there was more games that were shorter, like more of them that weren't just indie, like in the AAA space. But then
a lot of people want that.
Then people complain. $70
Yes.
for 12-hour Metroid? Oh, okay, well, does every $70 game have to be hundreds of hours?
Yeah, it's tough too when you look at the generational gaps, right? Because I'll review a game like Contra, like the Contra Operation Galuga, and for what it is, it was a very enjoyable game. But of course, for the younger cats, they're like, I mean, this isn't long enough for that price. It doesn't justify it. It's like, yeah, I get that too, but this is, I don't know how you make Contra a 15 to 20 hour game.
Yeah. Ollie says you bought the Lego Game Boy, and it's your favorite set of all time. I have it as well. I plan to build it on live stream at some point. I'm still working on trying to figure out how I'm going to do a top-down camera while I'm live. I mean, I have the camera for it. It's just I don't have a way to set it up yet. I'm sorting some things out with that. But I'm excited about that because I also have the new Zelda Lego set on order, so I'm going to build that on stream as well. So a nice little thing to do while doing Q&As, answering questions, and building Legos. Thank you guys for getting hardly any sleep and being here, says Sketch. I mean, look, regardless of whether I was streaming or not, I was barely going to get any sleep. I have kids. I would have probably... No, because of the direct, I still would have been awake. It is what it is. Let's see here. Sketch says, Thunderstash Gaming. How many unannounced third-party games do you know that are coming to Switch 2 without saying their names?
A lot. A lot. Yeah.
I don't know what he knows, guys, so don't ask me. We literally never talk about it.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we
like, I know he knows some things. I know something, and we literally never actually, like, we could, and who cares, because we're never gonna say it publicly, but we just don't.
Yeah, we're just both really busy too. Like, life's busy. We're busy working. Nate, you got the family. I am working as many hours as possible in a day without dying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to push myself as hard as possible every day, and we're just really busy. But we don't talk about it. But we both know stuff. We know things that are coming. But yeah, there's a lot. I don't know the number. I can tell you it's a lot though.
Yeah, he probably knows more than me because I think I only know about 4, maybe 5, but four for sure that haven't been announced yet. One of them that I know I did actually tell the crew, and I told them last year. Yeah. Surprised that one hasn't been announced yet. It might get announced today. I have no idea. I'm to be clear, the one I told them last year, I haven't double checked on it since then because I didn't ask to know about it. This is the thing. I don't ask people to find out about things. It's just when you get the connections behind the scenes, sometimes people just tell you, hey, keep this on the down low, but I think you might be excited to know. Oh, well, now I can't speculate about it. I'll tell you right now, guys, the games I know about, I've never speculated about on my channel because I can't. It'd be disingenuous. I'd be lying to you guys. So I don't know if you can use that to whittle down the hundreds of games that are could potentially come over, but let me see here. Jimzo says, Prime and Stash, how are you both? Also, must Nintendo keep interrupting my sleep schedule as it's just after 11:30 on Thursday night, yet I can somewhat see Nintendo's logic. Yeah, and I think the weird thing is when they do directs, I think in Australia they never do it at the same time. They always delay it, the Australian stream, which has got to be so weird because you could wake up and see all the games and all the headlines before your direct even begins.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's like when your team's playing and you have to like block out all text from anyone basically. Because I get text all the time during the game from a lot of people during the Suns games, and if I'm not home because I'm doing something and I know I'm coming home to watch the game, like you know how that is. Like you have to be very careful, otherwise it'll get spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the crazy guy that if I'm late to watching a game, I already got an earpiece in and the game's playing on my phone. It is what it is. I'm not waiting. I don't trust it to not get spoiled on what happens.
It's pretty much what I do now. Now that the last few years, really, since I got the Suns app, since they came out with one, it's $100 a year, because I don't pay for cable, because I don't watch anything else. So I just have the Suns app. I get all my games, and yeah, I always have my earphones with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always listening to a podcast if I'm running errands.
Yep.
I'm doing something productive.
The fun thing for me as a Bucks fan, guys, is every podcast episode of the Bucks stuff I've been listening to for 2 weeks has all been Giannis is going here, Giannis is going there. Then suddenly yesterday, Giannis ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, dude, that's been a roller coaster for you guys. We're not doing anything, which I'm very happy that we're not. So
yep, guys, breaking news
know
for the
it can be
Bucks was that we were trying to get Cam Thomas. We'll see if that happens today or not. We'll see. They sat Bobby Portis the last 2 games with an injury out of nowhere. So
we've been wanting Bobby, right?
yeah,
I like him.
he's a good player.
He'd do well in Phoenix.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Champion. Can't complain about that. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Against your Suns. If only I knew you. If only I knew you back then. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. That finals.
That would have been, man. It's still a great memory,
Yep.
even though we lost.
Yep. And I still don't like Chris Paul. I liked him until he pushed Giannis midair on a dunk. Once he did that, I'm like, all right, I lost respect for you, man.
Yeah, that's never cool.
No, that's like you're trying to end his career. Don't do that shit. You know how Chris Paul, you've been in the league long enough. You know how dangerous it is. Game's over. Breakaway dunk. He's up in the air. You don't push him.
Nah, you never do that. Never. I've had it done to me in actual basketball, and
No, it's bullshit.
I've sustained quite a few injuries, and I've had surgeries, and they almost all of them weren't necessary. The only one that happened by chance was my Achilles tendon exploding, blowing out.
Oof.
Everything else was like things that didn't need to happen,
Yeah.
that were based on very hard, unnecessary bullshit fouls. So yeah, that one always hits me when people do that. It's like, bro, don't do
It's
that.
like, come on. I get you're frustrated. They stole the ball.
Yeah,
The
have
game's
some
over.
class.
Like you lost. It's okay. You don't have to shove the guy who hyperextended his knee 2 weeks prior midair. Like,
Yeah, not only that, but Giannis is he's a good dude.
yeah.
He's a good dude. I like him.
Yeah. I'll never forget the block he did on Aiden. That was.
I know.
I mean, I used to say that there's no one else that could do that, but Wemby can probably do that now. Cover 2 guys at
Yes,
once.
he
But
can.
Wemby wasn't in the
And
league then. At the time, there was no one else in the NBA that could have pulled that off.
He's another one I like a lot.
Yeah.
I like Wemby a lot because he works his ass off.
I like his
He
attitude.
stays out of trouble. He's competitive. Like Joker, I like Joker a lot too. Just focused on basketball.
And his horses.
Yeah, and I love that, dude. I love that he's actually human, you know, and you get to
He's
see
like, basketball's over. What do you do in the off season? Do you work out? No, dude. I don't work out. I just go back home and
yeah,
hang out with my horses.
yeah, drink beer. I love it.
He comes back and like, dude, Joker looks out of shape. He always looks out of shape. It just doesn't matter. It'll matter. By the way, guys, it'll probably matter to him the older he gets, but I don't think he cares. I think Joker just doesn't care. Oh, if I can't play till I'm 40, who cares?
Yeah, he doesn't care, dude.
The poker night at the inventory remaster will be the first time a Team Fortress 2 character has been on a Nintendo system. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, we've never had any of those characters or games on Nintendo.
Which ones?
The Team Fortress characters.
Oh,
Yeah, they've never been on Nintendo before. So Sketch says, what is your one dream announcement today? If you could just give one.
Dream?
Yeah, a dream announcement.
From a third party, dream announcement would be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger remake.
I don't know if I can follow
It was a
that
dream.
one
It
up.
was a dream. It was a dream project.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing I say is going to be able to top that, guys. Shit.
I don't know if there is anything that could. I mean, Castlevania would be badass.
Castlevania would be badass. Star Fox being made by a third party might be sick.
Sure.
But I can't think of like anything that tops a Chrono Trigger remake. That's like the gold standard that everyone would like to see.
Yeah, it really is. It's hard. It's hard to top that from a third party standpoint. But like, if Konami came out and said Symphony of the Night 2, I'd be like, what? Take my money right now.
Right. Caspuff says to both of us, do you think we see Mina the Hollower sneak in here? Or do you think it's in a later direct?
I think there's a solid chance that it could be here, because I don't think, obviously Nate, you and I were in the same room.
Yeah.
Having the same conversation. So we know more, but we have to interpret things a certain way as well. And so based on that, I would say I don't believe it's very far off.
No. I mean, they thought it was going to come out, months ago. I don't think they need like a whole year delay. They have a lot riding on the game. If people pay attention to the public stuff, I'm not going to get into any private conversations, but the public stuff, they have a lot riding on it. They need it to be successful. And they're doing some crazy shit with this game, guys. Like things that you wouldn't expect indie devs to do, because that's just the way Yacht Club Games is. I'm just gonna say this: if you guys like Secret of Mana, you like Zelda games, dude, this game, and even that is doing things those games didn't do. So, really excited for it. So, a chance of it being in this direct. I mean, obviously, anytime there's a direct, I think there's a chance, because I just don't think it's that far off. It's all about, they're never going to show it again until they have a 100% release date. That's the big thing. Like, they're not going to. Yeah. So, if they're ready to reveal the release date, sure. As mentioned, Celia, their PR person yesterday, just tweeted out, because could have talked about it this entire time. It's been delayed till 2030 on the eShop for months, and Celia didn't comment on it until yesterday, which I think is really curious, that suddenly yesterday she decided to comment on the thing
That's why I mentioned it to you.
So it's kind of like, so she commented yesterday. She's saying that because LOL, release date's dropping tomorrow.
That was
That's
my
kind of me reading the tea
thought.
leaves. And I could reach out and just ask her, but I don't do that. When I find out about things, it's just because people want to tell me, not because I'm asking. So we'll see. we'll see. And for people that think that, like, you know, we because I know sometimes I say these things, but oh, you can't just ask her. I'll just say one thing she told us privately at the meeting. We're in the inner circle at Yacht Club.
Which is really cool.
But it
That
is
means a
really
lot.
cool. And Celia is planning to come on our podcast. Specifically because of Mina, but also you guys know she talks Nintendo and plays lots of video games over on a competitor's show. But she's making our show part of the marketing rounds, not just to talk Mina. She's always wanted to come on and chit chat games with us, but you know, it didn't always make sense because of the other show happens on the same night. And she made the decision because she's got to market the game. Hey, no, we're going to make time to go on other shows. So can't wait to have her on.
She's going to be a really good guest because, like, that was my first time meeting her, and my immediate takeaway was like, she's really sharp.
Yes.
She's just a very sharp person, not just with video games, just overall very sharp, and she'll be fun to, you know, gain some insight from, pick her brain. I think everyone's going to enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's funny too because, like, guys, there's nothing more indie than being at a big show like PAX, but we're seeing a game at a hotel room.
Dude, you know what it felt like? It felt like the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking of. I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. I've been to multiple events and never saw a game in someone's personal hotel room where they're literally sleeping in here on a laptop in the corner. But I'm like, hey, this is odd. And like, and the thing is, to me, it's like, well, this is Yacht Club. They're kind of a big one. But she explained the whole reasoning to us why, because they could have got a booth and did all this stuff. They literally, it's just the development of the game. They didn't want to get the whole team up because it would stop development of the game to do the show. So
Yeah, let me answer something real quick,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Ollie, you had asked, as an Xbox, Switch, and PC player, I think it's sad that Castlevania, Rondo of Blood, and Symphony of the Night had a collection that was PlayStation only. So I mentioned last night on the podcast that I actually get asked this a lot, and it would be easier for me to just answer than type it out. So what happened is the source code for Symphony of the Night for the original game was lost, and Sony wanted Symphony of the Night to be on PlayStation 4. And so they commissioned Konami to remake the game from scratch. So they paid for it. And therefore, to my knowledge, still to this day, that is why we don't have the Castlevania Requiem, which I have on my shelf behind me, the limited run games version boxed for PlayStation, of course. But that's why we don't have it on Nintendo, is because Sony paid for this to happen. But again, last night we talked about it, and it's like, hey, if all bets are off the table, if Sony games are, you know, if we're getting Lego Horizon, and I think we're getting more Sony games, then who's to say we can't get Symphony of the Night now? So maybe it will happen this time, this generation.
We got a couple super chats here.
Kitsune84 has donated 5 cents and says Indiana Jones May 12th and Fallout 4 April 28th release dates leaked.
Yeah, we went over that earlier. Yeah, no surprise. Those games were already announced. We kind of figured they would be in this showcase because they're not as shocking of announcements, but they are release dates, right? So, yeah, we're pretty good about that. Shout out to Bill Kun all over again. Dio Labs, you know, they're a foreign entity, but they clearly have massive retail contacts because apparently the pre-orders are going up today. That's why they know, because the pre-orders are supposedly going up today. And then Sean
11566 has donated $500 and says, you really grew on me as a CC and a person. Keep up the good work. Sending one up for your fam.
Thank you, Sean. And what, I don't know what a C, what's a CC?
Cool cat. Maybe.
Maybe. Content creator. Oh, that makes more
we should
sense.
know that.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, we need more sleep.
Yeah. Did not even connect the dots. All right, I'm a content creator. My bad.
That's funny.
Didn't even. The thing is, I don't even use the term content creator that often, but it literally is what I do. Like,
Same.
I say it
don't
on my
use it at all.
taxes. That's about the only time of year I even use the term.
When I get emails about like doing, working with someone, and still to this day, when I see the words like influencer or content creator, I'm a little bit more comfortable now with content creator, but influencer and stuff, I still cringe a little bit. I'm just like,
I know. I understand the
I know how I
term
feel
because
about that.
technically we have an audience and we are
Yeah.
arguably influencing some of that audience. I get it.
right.
It just feels like I don't like to think about it that way, but I mean, you're not wrong. It's just feels dirty.
Yeah, it does. And I don't know if I'll ever get used to it, but yeah, that's probably why we didn't recognize CC. We don't even think about that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. So A. France is like, you've been in the business how long and you don't know the industry lingo, dude. You see Stash here or Andres Restart when we have him on, or Gamebird or Eric. None of us ever use the term when we're talking. Those are the people in the industry I interact with. Now, I will say, I probably should have recognized it because I have gone to a number of industry events like PAX and E3, and yes, it says content creator on the badge. I don't read the badge. Like, it's just not a term I use. I know a lot of other people use it. YouTuber, that's one I hear a lot. That one I hear a lot. YouTuber is the one I hear. I hear that one a ton. People calling me that when they see me in person. Oh my God, you're that YouTuber, Nintendo Prime. Yeah. Hi, nice to meet you. So it's interesting though. But yeah, content creator is obviously a very common term, as is influencer, as is YouTuber. They all kind of describe the same thing, except I would argue being called the YouTuber, I think, is a bit more broad, because you might not necessarily be an influencer, because if you're just an entertainer, you're not influencing anyone then, right? Like, you're making skits, you're just entertaining. That's not influencing.
Yeah.
But I will say, I obviously cover news. I give opinions on games that can influence people to buy or not buy stuff. And you do reviews, quite literally, that can influence whether people spend money or not. So I get it. I hate that term. Content creator, I just got to, I got to sear it in my brain so I recognize the abbreviations more often.
I get it now too. I do. I get it. I just, I don't know if I'll ever like it, but I totally get it. Something about it feels slimy.
Well, will you try the new Coke flavor cherry Coke float zero sugar? What?
Coke float.
Coke float zero sugar. What? What? I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh my God, it is a thing. Oh my God, it's at my local Walmart.
Oh
Yes.
shit! 3 days ago.
The answer is yes.
Coca-Cola.
I didn't even know it existed.
Oh,
That? Okay, I gotta try
I will
that.
be drinking that on the podcast.
Yeah, no shit. I'm gonna have to go pick that up. Well, thank you. I know what I'm doing on my lunch break. Going to Walmart. Holy shit! I didn't even know this was a thing, and they have it in zero. I'm sure I kind of want to get in regular and zero.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Because I guys, know I do mostly diet and zero stuff, for the calorie purposes, but I know the full sugar version is obviously always better. I'm not stupid. This is a new flavor. I got to taste the full sugar version. Maybe I'll get lucky and they have it in a bottle, so I don't have to get a whole case. Either way, yeah. I hope it's good. I mean, I'll drink the 12-pack either way, but I hope it's good. So I've had Coke floats before. I've done that like at home, like ice cream and Coke.
Have you had the A&W ice cream sundae flavor?
Yeah, I've had that one.
What do you think? I think it's pretty good.
I like it. I like it actually quite a bit.
Yeah, I was surprised actually how good it is.
Yeah.
I was nervous because I don't like things like if someone gets, like, if we go out for like beer tasting, I do not like anything sweet at all. I do not like it at all. And so I was a little nervous about it, sort of like that, but I was like, damn, this is actually this is like having a dessert.
What are we drinking? Well, Diet Dr. Pepper, but obviously Eric. Shout out to Eric, the podcast. He's in the chat. Get a case. I'm in. Yeah, no duh. You no clue what it is, Eric. It is Coca-Cola. There's a zero version, so Coca-Cola Zero Cherry Float. Here, I'll show it on screen quick. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that today.
Yeah.
I grabbed the mail.
This has got to get picked up today. So, oops. Oh, sorry, I forgot I don't have a button for both of us. So yeah, we're going to. Yeah, I'm getting. Whoa, hey, the direct's live. Hold on. The direct is live. It's not live. We're at 6 minutes.
Right. I'm gonna top my coffee off real quick.
Okay. But yeah. I gotta get a case of that. I know it's $8. Honestly, could be more expensive. Dude, pop prices have been going crazy. Yeah, definitely get a case of that. I'm sure it's delicious. I'll be shocked if it's not, because I actually really like Coke in general, guys. That's why you guys see me drink so much Coke Zero and stuff. And again, I've had Coke and ice cream before, instead of a root beer float. I've done a Coke float before. It was good. Now, I've never done a cherry one, though. That's what I'm really curious about. So I think it's going to probably be pretty good. I'd be surprised. Orange cream Coke, someone put in the chat, is really popular. Yes, it is. It's a very good flavor. Obviously, guys, pop is bad for you. Don't get soda addictions like I have. It is my vice. It is the one thing I am addicted to that's bad for me. I know. Could be worse. There's worse things to be addicted to. It is what it is. Got to enjoy life a little. Going to pick up Dragon Quest VII Remake after the direct. Can't wait. Hell yeah. Diet soda isn't that bad at all for you? Yeah, tell my teeth after 30 years. I woke up for the direct, not into the partner one. I'm confused. Nintendo has forgotten about Mario? No, they haven't. Are you just repeating Nintendo Land's headline that he put on his video? That said, hey, Nintendo Land's coming on a podcast in March. I gotta add him to the thing. He just confirmed today. Let me actually make sure there's room on the day he wanted. I told him yes already, but sometimes I say yes and then I'm like, wait a second, maybe I'm already overbooked that day. Let me look here. Nope, he's good. He's good. Yeah, so he's going to be on a show on March 11th. So if you guys want to give him hell for saying Nintendo forgot about Mario, you can do it then. All right, here. We had Monoblade. Let's see here.
Monoblade says, what's your prediction for the WTF game? Mine's GTA 6 or Horizon.
Black Myth Wukong. Locking it in. You can thank Nate the Hate for confirming that it's coming this year to Switch 2. And then Kiwi Talks had it listed on an image. So I'm just going to go with Black Myth because Nate the Hate kind of blew the wad on that. If not that, Bloodborne, which I would laugh. I would so laugh if it's Bloodborne. Because that will be WTF since it's a Sony game that never came back.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday too. If there's one game that would definitely be the biggest WTF, it would probably be that, because one, we're getting Elden Ring, we're getting an exclusive From Software title, and then to also get Bloodborne, but to get a next gen version running at 60 FPS when there's not a next gen version on PlayStation, that would be a total WTF insane moment.
All right, guys, we can probably switch over because it's going to be starting here in a moment. In fact, we'll turn off my music and put the direct music on. It's gonna be. Let's just see if I can make it not blow you guys' eardrums out. Okay, we'll just bring the volume down on this a little bit. Because again, it's live. They're just doing the little countdown thing. Let's see here. Imagine the Demon Souls remake that is PS5 launch title and exclusive. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a timed exclusivity with that. The WTF game is Kirby because Kirby's not a third-party game. No. No. It's some sort of third-party game that Kiwi Talks was shocked to find out was coming over. And he did tell me privately that if it wasn't for the GameStop leak, he would have considered Crimson Desert WTF to him personally. So, kind of puts you in perspective on where his mindset is on what surprises him for Switch 2. Happy Fart Day. Is that a thing today? Is it like National Pass Gas Day? Wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing.
Interesting.
It's going to be Half-Life 2. Nah, Half-Life 3 would be WTF. Oh, here we go. The countdown's on. 20 seconds. All right, get the volume back up for you guys. 17 seconds. 16, 15. Here we go.
Alarm mode just went off.
Yeah, it's time. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, guys. Rated M games coming up. That Obscure wouldn't be WTF. Most people expect that game to come over. It'd be an exciting announcement. Here we go. What do they kick it off with? Dustbloods? Orbitals. Starting with orbitals.
Yeah.
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm. 15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully. But the threat of another cosmic storm is coming up fast. Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave galactic dangers and save all that's left of their home. Teamwork is key in this two-player co-op adventure. You'll need a few tools to survive. The scrap hook grabs and moves platforms so you can carve a path forward. The liquid launcher blasts water to activate mechanisms and cool down scorching surfaces. And the beam cannon fires a stream of super hot heat to destroy obstacles, open doors, and more. Use the tools together, and you might discover unexpected solutions to puzzles.
Split fiction vibes.
While exploring, you can encounter strange life forms, or opt for a detour and take a little travel break. With GameShare, two players can adventure together locally or online if one person has the game.
There we go.
Can these two brave explorers save their home? Orbitals launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this summer.
Here we go. This summer, folks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. What you just saw was Orbitals, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. We hope you're looking forward to this intergalactic co-op puzzle adventure. Okay, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
Yeah, get the Switch ones out of the way.
In the waters of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale of mysteries and curses stirs. The latest Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning. Soon, other strange incidents begin to plague
Take me
the
back to the
island.
90s,
A
baby.
girl with no memories, strangers searching for
Let's take you
treasure,
at the PC game
and
in
a
the 90s. Let's
housewife
go.
investigating victims of drowning. Speaking to those involved is a natural part of the investigation.
Return
but
to
you'll also
Zark,
need
anyone?
to search deep within the waters of Issei Bay. As each of their motives intertwine, the story connects to the mermaid legend told centuries ago. Paranormacite, The Mermaid's Curse, launches on Nintendo Switch
Couple weeks
February
away.
19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Battle for World Glory. A new Captain Tsubasa game is kicking its way onto Nintendo Switch. Choose from a roster of over 110 characters representing 22 teams. Score with powerful shots from the original work, as well as newly added special moves
ever play this?
that give passes, blocks, dribbles, and tackles a boost. Go on the
Well, if
offensive
you're looking for
against
some
elite
arcade
competitors
soccer
as you
action,
aim
folks.
for victory. Gear up for
It might be better
sensational
than Strikers,
soccer
guys.
action.
I'm just saying.
When Captain
It's pretty low
Tsubasa
bar,
2
though.
World Fighters launches on the Nintendo Switch system this year. Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Dude, we got to get past the Switch era, man.
A life or death fight for
This is so
survival
confusing.
begins. It was a normal day until a cave-in befell
Tokyo
the city of
Scramble, huh?
Tokyo. As the dust settles, our protagonist, Anne, discovers an underground world deep below the metropolis. But she's not alone. Creatures called Xeno populate the unknown expanse. If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over. Fighting is not an option, so quick thinking and decision-making are vital to your survival. Analyze their patterns and find the best route to make your escape. Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare any stalking Xeno. And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can
Yeah.
share controls,
Tokyo Jurassic
including
Park.
Anne's movement and camera adjustments. Whether locally or online, coordinating with your friends is key to making it out alive. Survive the subterranean depths in Tokyo Scramble, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, February 11th. Pre-orders
Exclusively?
begin later today on Nintendo
Is this
eShop.
gonna be a theme today? Exclusively?
Awaken your Viking spirit. Battle, build, and conquer in this massive survival game. How you go about it is entirely up to you. You could start by gathering materials around the woods. Fashion a bow and arrows to hunt wildlife and prepare meals. With an axe, you can chop trees to build a house. Yikes, don't get hit by falling trees. Build pillars, install beams, construct walls,
This game is actually pretty popular.
make the roof,
on other
and even
platforms.
add a fireplace.
Yeah, it is.
Now you're safe, even from the cold. Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too. By upgrading your crafting stations, you can make items of higher quality. And once you've built a ship, set sail on the high seas to reach new lands
why they're showing Janc in the
and
trailer.
create even more strongholds.
Because when the
Plus,
trees,
up
when the
to
tree
10
fell,
players
the
online
trees started
can
shaking all
explore
weird. I
this
was thinking the
vast
same
world
thing.
together.
Because this game is known for its jank. That's part of the charm.
Now,
That's
go
funny.
forth and
I've seen live
survive.
streamers play it. Like
in
it's like
Valheim,
literally known for
launching
it.
on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Okay. That makes
Find your way forward in these games.
There it is.
Return to the kingdom of Hollow Nest and fight back the infection in this
Hollow
upgraded
Knight Switch
modern
2 version.
classic. Dodge, dash, and slash through this 2D action adventure platformer.
Launching
Now with
later
enhanced visuals and improved frame rates on Nintendo Switch 2. Equip charms to enhance your abilities and deal magic damage using upgradable spells while exploring the vast interconnected map. Descend into a world of insects and heroes when Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 Edition launches on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
There's the shadow
Nintendo
drop.
Switch 2 players who have Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition for free with the
Whoa,
upgrade
free
pack.
update. There we go. Team Cherry. The
eFootball,
goats.
reborn from
The
Pro
goats,
Evolution
Team
Soccer,
Cherry.
is coming to Nintendo
Free
Switch
update.
2. Build out your club,
Hell
sign
yeah.
legendary players, and
Today.
compete in tournaments around the globe in World Tour mode.
Everyone should be
Join
happy
an
about that
exciting
one.
competition where national teams face off every 4 years in the International Cup Tournament. Or play with friends locally or online to prove who's at the top of their game. Experience the excitement of
Who had
soccer
2
and
soccer
aim to
games
be
on
the
their
best
bingo
in the
card?
world when eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
Beats me.
Travel through 4 ages in a brand new HD 2D action RPG.
Give me the release date, baby.
Explore the age of
Give me the release
safekeeping,
date. That's all I
the
want.
hero Elliot's
I'm
own
already
time.
sold. Day one.
The age of reconstruction, when humans nearly went extinct. The age of magic, a time when spells flourished. And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization. In each age, the scenery and citizens of Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic unique to certain time periods. A story spanning time will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot,
June
The
18th.
Millennium
Okay.
Tales, launches on the Nintendo
Okay.
Switch 2 system, June 18th.
nice.
All right. June 18th. I can take that.
Have a blast with
Bomberman!
Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era. Play the first Super Bomberman through to the culmination of the series, Super Bomberman 5, including titles
cool.
previously unreleased worldwide.
Hell yeah.
The
That's how
Famicom
you do a
versions of
collection,
Bomberman
guys.
and Bomberman 2 are also included. Plus, there's a brand new Boss Rush mode, as well as game share support. Super Bomberman Collection
Yeah, dude, the pace of
launches
this
on
direct is
Nintendo
just-
Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch
They have a
later
lot of games
today.
packed in here.
Later today.
Nice.
The unknown journey
Rebirth.
continues.
There it is.
The second entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
happened? He's alive.
In pursuit of his arch nemesis Sephiroth, Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and embark on a journey across the vast world. Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies, in a buggy, or other modes of transportation. Team up with allies in battles, blending action and strategy. If you'd like to focus on the story, there's also a boost function to make combat easier. You'll also find various
Didn't a
activities
certain,
scattered across the world,
man
allowing
on
you to take a
X
break from the action.
that starts with a T and ends with a
As you
R.
interact with your allies,
Say, there's no way
their
this game can
affinity
ever
toward
run
you
on
will
Switch
grow
2.
and impact how the story unfolds.
We had people on our
What
podcast
fate awaits
last year,
Cloud and his crew
when I said
in
this
their
would come to
pursuit of
Switch 2,
Sephiroth?
say there's no way it would run
Final
on Switch
Fantasy
2.
VII Rebirth launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
You know who it
June
is.
Yeah,
3rd.
yeah. And by the way, they already
Pre-orders
confirmed the
begin
part
later
3 is coming too.
today on Nintendo eShop.
Oh! There we go, baby. This summer. Early summer. Technically before summer begins.
Nice.
It's in spring, technically.
Vitals stable. Awakening subject. Hugh Williams.
While investigating a
Here we
lunar
go, baby.
research station, an injury befalls spacefarer Hugh Williams.
That's right.
You guys ready
smack
for
With
the
him is
announced demo
Diana,
today?
an android
Yes,
called
please.
a Pragmata.
I would love a demo
There you
today.
are. All better.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are targeted by the station AI, which sends enemy bots after them.
Come on, gun work.
These bots have near impenetrable armor,
I think I can help.
but with Diana's hacking skills, you can break down their defenses.
Initiating hack.
What the heck was that?
By moving the cursor through panels toward the green goal, you can hack the enemy bots.
There's no time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire away.
I hacked it.
Depending on the nodes you pass through, you can modify the damage and effects of a hack. Each split-second decision can change the outcome of battle.
Energy levels.
What truths will the two find in this AI-controlled lunar station?
So it's not one of your bot buddies?
Overdrive protocol. Initiate.
Yeah, baby. We did it. This is how we say good job.
And what will Diana learn on this journey? Pragmata launches on Nintendo Switch 2, April 24th.
April 24th.
A demo will be available
There it
later
is.
today on
There it
Nintendo
is.
eShop.
Ooh.
Demo, baby!
We hope you're looking
Let's
forward
go.
to fast-paced combat and exploration with a unique combination of hacking and shooting. Let's continue with more headlines. Journey to the Lost Lands. Become a legendary Turok warrior in this intergalactic action shooter.
Yes.
To stop an
Turok.
alien threat from
Love
destroying
it.
all human life, you'll journey
Turok,
solo
baby.
or with a team of warriors online
good.
and battle all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person and third-person perspectives as you unleash weapons, melee attacks, and special abilities to devastate foes. Extract DNA from fallen enemies and the environment to upgrade your arsenal, evolve your mantle, and unlock even more abilities called Echo Syncs to gain a greater edge in combat. As you venture across breathtaking worlds, you'll unravel the mysteries that ultimately hold the key to saving humanity.
But guys, I thought only Switch 2 gets old games.
Turok Origins
There's people
launches
telling
on
me
Nintendo
Switch 2 only
Switch
gets
2
old games.
this fall.
Why is it getting day and date games that are on other platforms?
Uncover the truth of Xanadu.
Okay.
In a Japan where Kyoto is the capital, another world exists.
You can always
that's
rely on good old
encroaching on
Nihon
our own.
Falcom to show up.
A world where
Every time.
monsters roam free. A boy named Ray must use his newly awakened
Guys,
powers
Turok
against the
is
threat as he
Origins
joins
is announced. It was
Hirosaka
announced 2
Academy,
years ago, I think, at the
school
Game
for
Awards.
gifted students.
It's coming to
The
everything,
Academy's goal? Conquer
and now
Xanadu,
Switch 2 included.
the great
It does not have a release
labyrinth
date yet.
rumored to be
Obviously,
the
it's a fall,
origin
so.
of this other world. While traversing the labyrinth, hone your abilities and reshape the terrain to expand the range of your exploration. Then, take on dangerous enemies in 3D action RPG combat. Use your powers to overcome foes. Outside the labyrinth, improve your stats. And spend time with your friends as you prepare to conquer Xanadu. The battle between man and monster begins. Discover the truth when Kyoto Xanadu launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems this summer. Check out these anime-style games. It's time to evolve in the
Hey,
latest
story time,
Digimon
stranger.
story game. One day, a
There we go.
powerful blast causes the world to collapse
Okay.
and sends
Good
you
to
8
see.
years
I kind of
into the
expected this
past.
one would probably come
With
over.
over 450 Digimon to collect. Adventure through the human world and digital world to save the future. And on Nintendo Switch 2, you can select quality mode, playing in 4K at 30 frames per second, or
Oh,
performance
shit.
mode, playing in full HD at 60 frames per second.
Did not expect that.
Digimon Story Time Stranger
That's
launches
weird.
on the Nintendo Switch
better
2
than
and
PS5.
Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch
When I
systems
reviewed
July
it.
10th. Pre-orders begin
What's
later
going
today
on? It was only
on
30.
Nintendo
Did they
eShop.
build this game for Switch
An
2
adventure set
before
high
the
in the
other
sky
version?
is soaring in. Form your party from a roster of over 20
Blue
characters,
Getting a review
each
code
with
for
their
that.
own fighting
Nice.
style.
But you guys know how to
Channel the power of teamwork and summon mighty primal beasts to vanquish your enemies. You can also team up in local or online multiplayer. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 9th.
Watch Fire Emblem Fortunes Weeby in here
The
because it's
latest
technically
Monster
made by a
Hunter
partner
Stories
studio.
game is flying in.
right.
I totally forgot because
Your
Intelligence
monster
Systems is not
allies,
owned by
called
Nintendo.
Monsties can learn
Yep.
special abilities through a ceremony called the Rite of Channeling. Raise your Monsties as you travel the world. The lands lie on the brink of disaster. Monsters are on the verge of extinction. And the riders trying to save the world will have to contend with an even greater threat.
Hell yeah. Who you?
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection soars onto Nintendo Switch 2, March 13th.
Hell
A
yeah.
demo will be available
There
later
you go.
today on Nintendo eShop.
More demos, guys. Let's
Save
do it.
data
That's what I was
can be
waiting for.
transferred
I
to the full
love the
game
demo
once
drops, guys. This
purchased.
is awesome.
New titles are joining the archives.
Arcade Archives 2, hell yeah. Classic.
Rave Racer,
Let's
published
go.
by Namco in 1995, speeds into the Arcade Archives 2 lineup. Aim for first place in a race against your rivals. And get ready for a new line of home console titles. Console Archives is on the way. Doraemon,
I've been heard of this game in so long. Holy shit.
Oh. I played it on 64.
Sonic
the
Wings
Japanese
Special.
version.
Sonic Wings Special's
Rented
coming
it back
too.
in the day.
and more will be released over time. The first wave of Console Archives titles includes Cool Borders
This makes me want 1080
and
back.
Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword
There
of
we
Chaos.
go.
These titles will be available on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Sizzles. Here's your sizzles. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Another Eden. Yeah, got a reminder of one Reanimal's coming.
Yeah, very soon here.
Yep, Star Trek Voyager. Just covered a trailer for this like a couple weeks ago. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yeah. Shoe business.
Okay.
Yep, PGA Tour. Goat Simulator 3, baby.
Wake up, little June.
Why are you hiding? Let's make some noise.
Get the barrage. 22nd. Okay.
Yeah, people are pointing out they usually don't sizzle real till
We
towards the
found
end.
another body. I need your eyes
There's
on
RE.
the crime
Yep.
scene.
No surprise. Resident Evil. Can I advertise this?
When a string of mysterious deaths occurs across America, FBI analyst Grace
Still
Ashcroft
crazy to
is
me that this is
captured by
Switch
the
2 footage, man.
suspect while
This
investigating
is
the
Switch
case.
2 footage. I just.
What did you do to me?
You know, the hair looks a little better than last time they showed it in the trailer. Switch 2.
Yeah. Definitely.
In her attempt to escape,
Yeah.
Grace comes
Remember
up
this
against
crazy bitch.
unknown threats.
Played her in a
A
demo.
limited supply of healing items and ammunition are at her disposal. Will she confront the threats head on or save her ammo for the next encounter? For Grace, impending doom is always close at hand.
Dude, drop a demo. Come on.
Meanwhile, another agent working for an anti-bioterrorism organization is also on the case. Leon S. Kennedy.
6 survivors at Raccoon City Hall, dead from the same thing.
With his physical prowess, Leon can parry an opponent's attack, then strike to break the stunned opponent's stance in close quarters combat. He can fire from a distance using handguns and rifles, or use an enemy's weapon against them. Leon has a varied arsenal of attacks at his disposal. This game features both third-person and first-person camera perspectives, and you can change your perspective at any time. There are multiple difficulty options available, including a mode for less experienced players that features aim assist.
All right.
Guide Grace as she attempts to escape unprecedented terrors, and Leon, who relies on strength to carve his own path. What will they discover when their fates intertwine? Resident Evil Requiem launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system February 27th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil
Let's hope they
Village
drop a
will
public
also
demo.
be
I
available
don't
the
need it.
same day.
But I think some people would like it.
Horror-filled excitement awaits, whether you play these games or Resident Evil Requiem first. Plus, a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller featuring original art is releasing alongside the games.
Yes.
Amiibo figures of Grace and Leon will also be available this summer. You can scan them to receive in-game weapon skins.
Please don't be $30. It's probably gonna be
Resident
$30.
Evil Requiem, the latest entry in the Resident Evil series, is launching later this month. You can also look
Creator's
forward
Voice
to a
coming for
Creator's Voice video featuring a member of the Resident Evil Requiem development team. The video will release in the near future.
Hell yeah.
Next is our last announcement.
Hey everybody, from all of us here at Bethesda Game Studios. If you're like us, Nintendo has meant so much to you from your early days of gaming
Fallout?
to now. It was incredible for us to partner on the original Switch, and it was just such a great piece of hardware and also so personal when you play. We're excited to finally bring a number of our franchises for the first time to Nintendo.
Oh, there's gonna be a bunch of
We hope you all
announcements?
enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Must be a bunch of them.
Vault
Fallout,
Dwellers, welcome home. Fallout 4 Anniversary
There might be a
Edition
bunch of
is
announcements. Let's
emerging
see.
on Nintendo Switch 2. Scavenge,
Yeah,
shoot,
it's got to be a bunch of Bethesda
build,
games.
and create alliances as you
Guys, we're waiting
reshape
for those
the
Microsoft
wasteland
announcements, and here we go.
and what remains of
They're capping the
civilization.
show with it. That means Dust
Every
Bloods and
choice
some other things
matters.
we're expecting are
Fancy
saved for the
yourself
general.
a smooth talker or pining to pump up your power armor. Choose from hundreds of perks that fit your playstyle.
I left Dust Bloods off
Every
my card.
road leads somewhere new. From the heart of Diamond City to the shadowy corners of forgotten vaults, the Commonwealth is packed with stories waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah.
In addition to the base game, experience 6 official expansions and over 150 Creation Club items to expand your adventure. Grab your Pip-Boy and traverse the wasteland in Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, launching on Nintendo Switch 2, February 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Makes sense. Good.
The year is 1937.
Indiana.
Sinister forces are on the hunt for an ancient power, and
See, we
only one
expected these,
person
though,
can
because
stop
really
them.
I hope there's more than these two.
Embark on a globe-trotting cinematic adventure in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the Great Circle.
Dude, this
From the
Switch 2 version
pyramids of
looks
Giza
good.
to the sunken temples of Sukhothai and beyond. Use your wits to infiltrate historic
is a
areas and
gorgeous game,
solve
guys.
fiendish puzzles. Or use your whip to face off against dangerous foes and
Hell
explore a world full of daring escapes and unforgettable encounters. Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launches on Nintendo Switch 2, May 12th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay. So we knew about this technically.
Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
Oblivion
man.
Remastered.
Experience
There it is.
this renowned
My bingo
open-world
card's killing
RPG
it.
now on a
There it
Nintendo
is.
system for the first time. Freely customize your character to match your playstyle. Then adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters
By the grace of the gods, I serve Tambriel as her ruler.
and fight back the Daedra to close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Master ranged or melee weapons, wield powerful magic, or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, character models, weapons, even rocks and sweet rolls have all been meticulously recreated. Combat animations have also been updated to
Hell
give
yeah.
them a modernized touch. Plus, the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions are included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches on the
Can't
Nintendo
wait for the
Switch
new
2
one to come
system
out and also
this
come to
year.
Switch 2 one day.
We hope
That-
you're excited
okay.
for these games from Bethesda Softworks. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
All right. A recap video here. Not bad, guys. Not bad. So obviously they wanted to clear out some of these games because, you know, they have a general direct. They had too many games. I mean, they just had 3 Microsoft games in a row. So all these games I would not expect to show up again in the general direct that's going to happen before the end of March. Oblivion Remastered was nice to see. Okay, so let's go back to our main view here. Get you guys' background music going. So for starter, Stash, thoughts on the show?
Well, let's see. So, Hollow Knight's gonna hit today.
Yeah.
Free, beautiful. We got the date on Elliot. Wanted that. We got the release date on Rebirth. It's significantly sooner than all of us expected, which is awesome. Pragmata, we got the demo. Demo's heading today. And Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo as well today from Capcom. Turok Origins, that was nice to see. Digimon Story, which again, I played this on PS5 and reviewed it. And, you know, when obviously I got an early review code, so I was playing it like prior to the official release date. But for me, it was running at 30 frames. And honestly, it felt like it was 1080p. So for them to say 4K 30 or 1080 60 was very interesting to me. Like that's a huge W. Grand Blue Fantasy. That's a fun game. I've played it on PS5. Tales of Arise had not been announced at all. That was a new announcement. That's coming out May 22nd. That was a nice W there. And of course, Fallout and indie release dates. Both those games were on my bingo card. Oblivion was on the bingo card. Was happy to see Oblivion. Because remember last night I said, of all the games last night, I said, I don't know how I feel about Oblivion now. Like, I was like, I don't know if we're going to get it announced yet, but I know it's coming this year. And again, obviously it was 2026. That was one of the few games that didn't have a date. Bomberman Collection comes out today too. That comes out today. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Early thoughts. Obviously, we'll talk about it more later.
Yeah.
Tonight.
I mean, obviously, guys, we'll go much deeper in thoughts tonight. For this little post show, I'll get more into what the audience is thinking and your guys' questions, because we don't do as much of that on the podcast. But, you know, there was obviously some pretty good stuff in there. You know, Rebirth, obviously, we knew it was coming. Didn't know when. Early June. Getting to see it. I'm not surprised we saw it after the director basically said they're in the final polishing stage, and he literally said we're going to see it very soon. Well, okay, that always meant the next direct, which is pretty cool. Turok Origins getting confirmed. That was really nice. That was one we didn't know was coming to Switch 2, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, I've seen some of the comments in the chat. Oh, you know, if you play games on other platforms, a lot of this is just like old games coming over, and sure, in some regards, yeah, you're going to see a lot of cleanup like that. But this is one that isn't. Turok Origins is a new game that hasn't come out yet. It's coming to all platforms. Rebirth is obviously just getting out the way so we can get part 3, which is going to launch, you know, on everything, day and date. Yeah. But besides that, a lot of really good stuff. I'm pretty pleased with this partner direct. I always knew this was going to be the stuff that didn't make the cut for the general. Yep. And this direct absolutely confirms to me a general's coming before the end of March.
100%.
Like 100%. There was not enough. There was not enough here to be like, oh, this will hold you over. No.
Yeah, this is good. This is good news in my opinion. And you know, you're taking it the same way, obviously, that this is very telling. There was a lot of stuff that I am going to be playing and reviewing here, which we'll go over tonight. But, you know, I know this won't hit for everybody.
Yeah.
The way it's going to hit for me. However, that just tells me that there's a lot more. There's a lot more coming.
All right. Member chat and a super chat here.
Irulian Dragonborn says, I hope Oblivion lets us pull previous saves. I don't know if I want to restart 1,000 hours. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be. I always said that, especially when it's like late ports like this, cross save should just be standard. Then Kraken
Jax has donated 5N and says Valheim was my most hype announcement. That game is so much fun with friends.
Yeah, it is. Well, one of my mods came in with a member chat. He was not pleased with this. Where is
Cody
it?
B says. Corey Boehm says solid F double minus.
Look, guys, every direct's not going to be for every person. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is what it is. You know, it's a third party direct. You either are into these games or you're not. If you play only on Nintendo, super hyped. If you play other platforms, I get it. You know, not everybody does that. Gaming's expensive. Not everyone does multi-plat like that. Random Man. Let's see when this pops up here. Hasn't popped up on my end yet. There it is.
Random Man 2060 has donated 5 and says after the Nintendo Direct, the next video recommended by YouTube was some Lo-fi music with the title "T's okay, calm down."
Did it know your mood? Were you disappointed? And it's like, it's okay. Just calm down. Guys, there's going to be another direct in like the next 6 weeks. Maybe as soon as like 2 weeks from now, potentially. So, it's okay. There's good stuff in here, especially if you're people who only play on Switch 2. Let's see here. Valheim was the WTF moment for me. Amazing game to have it portable. Wish it had a date though. Was hoping it was a shadow drop. Okay. How long after directs do pre-orders go live typically? Usually it's within an hour or so. But we'll see, obviously. Let me see here. Oh, another super chat coming in. So you guys want to get your words in. This is the time to get your words in, guys, because tonight on the podcast, well, you can super chat in your questions. It's going to be more for the end of the show. This is the time to get it in while Stash and I are both here.
Fatboy6441 has donated $9.99 and says, I was disappointed overall. A lot of these games we already knew about. I was expecting more things we didn't know. Really need the General Direct even more now, IMO.
Well, as I said, this show, whether you like it or not, obviously it's all opinions, definitely to me confirmed that the General's absolutely a thing, and these are just the things that didn't make the cut. Because there's a you know, you have a lot of games, and don't be wrong, the Microsoft games needed to be featured, but the fact that they ended with those games, obviously, you know, it was nice to get the Oblivion remastered announcement. That was something that hasn't even been rumored. So it was really nice to see that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, this partner showcase to me always felt like, hey, we got to get these things out. We committed to these companies, and there's like, if we had to put all this in the direct, what did I say about this direct, guys? If Nintendo's got big announcements, it's going to overshadow this. So these are the games they wanted to get announced, get advertised before the big direct that'll overshadow a lot of it. So it was always going to be the lesser of obviously the two directs, even probably for third-party announcements.
Reaper BM702 has donated $5 and says, this direct only sucks because the leakers hyped up to many good games. If there were no leakers, it would be fine. I want Kingdom Hearts.
Well, the funny thing about the leaks is like none of them technically were saying any of it was going to be in the direct. To be very clear. And Kingdom Hearts is actually never leaked as being native. There's actually no leaks or rumors for Kingdom Hearts on. That's just hope. We just want it to happen. There isn't actually any rumors or leaks about Kingdom Hearts coming to Switch 2. It's literally just we want it because it makes too much sense. Did Expedition 33 leak yesterday? Nate the Hate said it's coming to Switch 2 this year. That doesn't mean it's here. Like when you hear about like something like Expedition 33, guys, you know that's in a general, right? You know that's got to be in a general. It was Game of the Year. That's a huge game. You put that in a general. So, yeah, it was all about how Nintendo wanted to balance a general, because guys, if there is a general coming before the end of March, it's all about how do you balance the third-party announcements between a partner showcase and, you know, there you could argue, well, you could jam-pack third-party stuff into here, all the big announcements into here, and make this really, really great. But then maybe you have more lackluster announcements in the general for third-party. And one thing that this kind of tells me is that the General Direct probably won't have a ton of Nintendo first-party stuff. It'll probably be like three games, maybe 4 that are new. And they might be big, like 3D Mario. Nintendo doesn't really need to have a ton in the next Direct for first-party. They just need to have like a couple big ones. But if you partner that with all the, you know, the best that you can drop from like the AAA sphere, suddenly that Direct feels a lot different, feels a lot better. This Direct to me, look guys, I'm very easy to please. Okay, I'll get into deeper thoughts tonight, but I'm very, very easy to please because I play games on like all different genres. When I go into Directs, regardless of what you see on the bingo cards or the predictions, my expectations are basically, hey, just show me games that are good coming to the system. And there's no measure of if a game is good as if it's already out on other platforms and we know it's good. Indiana Jones, great game. Really happy that's coming over. That opens the door to people who don't own Xbox, don't own PlayStation to play it. That's great. And playing it on the go, that's gonna be a fun game to play on the go. Same for a lot of these games. And yeah, you saw Game Share heavily featured today. Yeah, that's it. Look, guys, it's something that other systems don't do. It is a core feature that you have to have a Switch 2 to enjoy. So that's that's going to be heavily featured. Orbitals looking really good, right? It's a split fiction kind of game, and it's exclusive. Looks good. So honestly, I hardly ever rate directs pretty poor. I'm almost always a B or higher, so I'm very generous because I'm easy to please, because I play lots of different stuff. And some games I'll even double dip. Like I think I might be double dipping on indie because the game is so good. Like even if the saves don't transfer over, fine, I'll play it again. It's a good game, But yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's going to be subjective because the bottom line is people want what they want, and when you don't get what you want, you hate it. It is what it is. Remember, Nintendo abandoned Mario. Nintendo Land. I'm just yanking your chain on that video you made. Just yanking your chain. You get enough hate for that headline that you put on your video. Monster Hunter Stories 3, Pragmata, Resident Evil Requiem. Other than that, most games already knew were releasing, so that's why it was a little disappointing. Yep, that's fine. They're third-party showcases. I don't know what you expect. They're advertising games coming out. And you saw most of the games are either coming out in June or earlier, which is what I expected for this Direct, because you're going to want to advertise games that are coming out in the next handful of months, because the general Direct will probably be advertising games for the second half of the year. So, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Origins was kind of the one that I think they snuck in here that I thought could be in a general instead, because it's coming out this fall. But they decided to put that in here. I did not expect Turok Origins today. That one was a bit of a surprise today. Another super chat. Let's see here.
Reaper Benson 2 has donated £2 and says, Indie, you don't replay games.
Yeah, it's a little different when it comes to Indiana Jones, because I literally said it's better than the recent movies. It's worth playing through just for the story again. It's that good. I'm not like, you guys know I don't replay games. I feel like I'm playing a movie. A really, really fucking good movie.
Yeah, like the third best movie of Indiana Jones. Like Raiders, Last Crusade, and then like right below it, or maybe even beside it is The Great Circle. It's that good.
Dang. God, now I don't want to go watch. Dude, I gotta go watch Raiders and again. God damn it. Dude, I haven't watched Indiana Jones movies in a bit. I gotta go rewatch Raiders again and go watch The Last Crusade. God, I love The Last Crusade, man. It's so good. When I remember watching it when I was younger, I was like, so when's the next indie movie coming? Oh, we're done. What do you mean we're done? This is great. Yeah, how can we be done? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I get it. Like, how do you top it? I understand it's hard to, like, how do you top it? You find something else. There's lots of ancient mythology, history crap we can try to go find.
I agree. That's how it was when I watched Return of the Jedi. Because obviously I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, so is he going to make any more? And we had to wait so long for the prequels to come out.
Right. Let's see here. Do you think the WTF game was revealed? No. And to be fair, Kiwi Talks never said it was being revealed today. He said it might be, but he, just like Crimson Desert, he says, it'd be cool if it was revealed, but he didn't expect Crimson Desert today. He said that on our podcast. He did not expect it to be in the next Direct, because he doesn't think it's going to be day and date. I also think a game like that might get announced in a general, even if it's not day and date. They might announce it in a general, because I did say, hey, I think it needs to be announced before it comes out on other platforms. Well, it comes out in March, so if the next general Direct is, say, as Nash Beetle said, potentially in the third week of February, okay, that could be where you drop it. The poll right now is heavily favoring B and C. We got 34% on B, 30% on C, 23% on D, 13% on A right now out of 500 votes. Oh, what we got here? No super chat.
Fatboy641 has donated $4.99 and says, Do you all think the new Tomb Raider games make their way to Switch 2? Can't remember seeing them announced for the platform.
They haven't been. I think it would be a mistake if they don't.
Likewise.
But like, here's the thing: games that are already announced like that, I don't think there's any rush to have to announce them for Switch 2. Like, you can wait till June. Those games aren't coming till later this year. Like, because they're already being marketed, you don't necessarily need to wait. Like, have to get it marketed like right this second, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I know it'd be nice if they would have just threw the logos in last year. I don't know what was going on with like not putting logos that are on games that are coming to Switch 2, and then we see them announced this year. And you're like, why wasn't the logo there last year? I don't know. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes with that crap, but it doesn't matter. We're in 2026. And I think at some point this year, we'll see an Xbox Direct or something that shows off Switch 2 logos or something. It just feels so weird that it kind of feels like we're still like, oh, we got to wait for Directs to say it's coming to Nintendo. I don't know. Not a fan of that. And Digimon. That should have caught some people today. There was no public-facing rumors on that one coming out. Nothing I saw anyways. As someone who covers rumors and leaks, I didn't see any legitimate leak or rumor come out for the Digimon game coming over. So that should have been a nice announcement for some of you guys.
It's a really good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also got to keep in mind that there's usually like announcements that trickle after Direct.
Oh yeah, there's always stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've even seen like a lot of people are saying, hey, remember, like almost all of these games were July or earlier. Yeah, this is all like first half of the year stuff besides like Origins. But otherwise, everything else is pretty much like first half of the year. And I mean, that's all the sign you need. That like, hey, they filled out the slate for third party first half of the year. Now we get to the general. That's probably going to be more about the second half of the year. Although I will say some of the release dates like Fire Emblem, I wonder if that might be a summer game or an early spring game. Because again, Nintendo doesn't have anything scheduled past April, I think, right now. Or is it March? No, past March. They don't have any release dates for any of their games that are already announced past March. That alone means we need a general just to get release dates. But yeah, there's more coming. There's more coming. Obviously, I think what's making people anxious right now is everyone's been waiting for the big Direct. That hasn't really happened yet. Like this is why you get a Switch 2 Direct. Now, obviously today, if you've been waiting for a lot of these games, okay, that's why you get Switch 2. But people are waiting for the new stuff, the day and date, brand new, didn't know about games. And today, do we have a single game that we didn't know existed at all announced today?
Tales of Arise.
Wasn't that an
Beyond the Dawn edition? That's was just announced today.
Yeah.
So not a brand new game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That like, was there any like actual new game that we never knew? Like I was looking at the list. I think every single game was technically a game that was known or has been released on other platforms.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not familiar with Kyoto.
Yeah, that's one I'm not familiar enough with that IP to know if that's new or not.
And Tokyo Scramble and the Paranormal Mermaid game.
That one's already out. That one's already out on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if you were looking for like brand new game announcements, like things we just didn't know about at all that have never existed before, this wasn't that Direct. I mean, to be fair, Nintendo usually will say that stuff for generals anyways. But yeah. So I guess if that's what you were hoping for this Direct, that's not what happened. If you looked at our bingo cards, none of us were expecting that kind of stuff either. You know, outside of like a new Sonic game, maybe. And that was kind of a shot in the dark because, you know, a brand new 3D Sonic game or something like that, that's a fairly big announcement that would go really well in a general. And also, Sega might want to announce it on its own, like outside of Nintendo events. So, like, that's like a, you know, as much as it is nice to dream about it, and even with the rumors out there that it exists, and it's going to be another one kind of like Frontiers, which isn't a surprise because they did say Frontiers was setting up the future of Sonic. It's still like, okay, well, they might just do that on their own. Or if it is, it's going to be in a big event. Which, by the way, one thing to remember with third parties as well, there's a state of play next week. So I'm not saying you're going to see a Switch 2 logo in a state of play. You're absolutely not. Sony doesn't show anyone's logos but their own in their own events. But just pointing out that, like, obviously there's more third party stuff coming next week just from that. And whether or not in the aftermath of it we see any Switch 2 confirmations, that'll be interesting to pay attention to. So Microsoft support, it's 3 games now, right? That's all we have confirmed for Microsoft is 3 games for Switch 2.
Yeah.
We already knew about Fallout. We already knew about Indie, and then obviously they added Oblivion today.
And we do have Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
Switch 2 edition.
I suppose, yeah. We do have the Switch 2 edition of Skyrim. Nintendo stock prices today have to be tanking, right? They've been tanking since the investors meeting, I believe. We can glance at it quick. I don't know that this did anything negative or positive. I mean, it looks like the market just opened. But it definitely looks like it opened with another big dip. It's kind of been tanking again since I mean, you can see it here, guys. It's basically been tanking since when we say tanking, we're not talking about this like Ubisoft style. Okay, it ain't that bad. But yeah, obviously you can see like financial report, boom, boom, and then obviously today, boom. So like that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be that way until we get to Nintendo announcing a big system seller. Like that's what investors want to see. Investors often don't care about third-party announcements unless, I will say, if it was GTA 6, that would have caused that is a big enough game. It probably would have rose it up. If Call of Duty was in it today, I have a feeling that would have actually probably brought it up too. But again, Call of Duty is one of those things where it's probably going to be in a general direct if it's coming. You know, like some of these games, like they better serve in a general if you're revealing them for the first time for Switch 2. So it's going to be interesting to see what that general is, because all this is going to do, and I do admit, like one thing I feel coming out of this, and what's one of the first things we said at Stash, this definitely confirms a general's coming. That also means there's a lot of pressure on that general to be the one we've been waiting for. Because some of these announcements, like, hey, Oblivion Remaster would have been a sick announcement in a general, but they put it here. So what the hell are they announcing in the general for third party?
Yeah, that's Turok as well. Turok's a big one.
Origins, yeah. That could have been a general announcement. So if those didn't make the cut for the general, then what the hell is in the general?
Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth. That could have been in the general. It's not even coming out till June. So like those 3 games, you're like, okay, those didn't make the cut. Those are the kind of things you'd see in a general. So what the hell did they get cut out of that for? Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a lot of pressure on that general to really deliver, not just first party. Where I think Nintendo really, if Nintendo's got 3D Mario, I think no matter what else they show for first party, people will think it's a good direct. Because they really just need that big showcase game, which I know. Look, I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. It is amazing. Mario Kart World, I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't call them showcases for the hardware. They need a showcase. And maybe it is 3D Mario. Maybe it's something else. But yeah, we'll see what happens. A couple super chats here.
Fatboy6441 has donated $4.99 and says Stash told me in a Facebook DM that Halo 2 Remake was coming exclusively to Switch 2. Disappointed it wasn't here.
Is that true, Stash? Is that true?
No, not at all. I've never talked to Fat Boy 6441.
Just had to throw it out. Is this true? Just had to double check.
That'd be very random to say that Halo 2.
Yeah. Out of all the Halos.
Halo 1 or the Master Chief Collection.
It makes like no sense. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe Stash did tell you DMs. I ain't. On Facebook even, so that's like personal DMs. That's like you know each other IRL kind of DMs. Yeah. I don't know. You guys, for all I know, he's one of your buddies that was at that the bachelor party. For all I know, I'm just saying. I don't know who you know.
Yeah, right.
Kraken Jax has donated $5,000 and says Nintending somewhere. This was the best direct ever at showing why Nintendo is failing. Sales are down.
So I'm not going to talk bad on Nintending, but if you go look at his channel, you don't have to, of course. One of his more recent videos, I don't know if he's dropped a new one since, he basically admitted defeat and admitted it in a way where like the price drop's not going to happen. The sales are too good. They're even better than his expectations. Even with him trying to downplay the sales before we got the data due to price drops worldwide. He's like, even with that, it still outperformed what he thought it would ever do. And so he's even conceded that, like, yeah, the Switch 2 is more successful than he thought. Because he kind of said the entire reason he was doing what he was doing is he was trying to push for a price drop. And he now knows that's not going to happen. Like, he's accepted. There's no such thing as a price drop coming, which kind of defeated the entire purpose of all the content he made. So while he said he'll still probably make some critical content and talk about the sales, in the end, he even admitted he's going to start having to make some different type of content because the whole point of what he was doing was to get a price drop, and that's just not happening. So the total tall show is 53.78. I tried adding it myself and it's like not working, so I don't know why it's not working. All right. I'm not seeing too much else here. Just glance at a few of the ads in the chat. This was a catch-up direct. Oh, this is the good way to describe this. LLC Gaming or LCC Gaming says, this was a catch-up direct. I think it was a much better partner showcase than the one from July. That I do agree with. This is way better than the last one we had in July last year. You guys go back and rewatch that one in July, and then it'll help frame that this one was significantly better. And it really just felt like the appetizer. That's kind of how I felt. This is the appetizer to the main course that has to be coming. Because I will say this, guys, if there's no other general, like there's no general direct till June, even me, Mr. Positivity, will be like, okay, this is kind of weird. This is is Nintendo not aware? Like even our podcast that's mostly positive, I got a feeling like if we get to the end of March and nothing's happened, we're all gonna be looking around the room like, okay, so April? Like they gotta do something. Like at some point we're gonna be like, all right, it is getting a little weird. Like, yeah, there's games coming out we want to play. And as Stash knows, a huge calendar of games. Like, yeah, but okay, Nintendo's got to have some stuff too. And it'll start to feel weird at some point. I'm not to that point yet. We get to the end of this fiscal year without a general direct, I'll start to be a little... it's a little weird. A couple super chats here, including, I think I hit the streak. Not day drinking, guys. Not going to get the beer out for that one. But I'll hit the button for you. Hold on here. Let me get the super chats up.
Tabby Cat Games has donated $5 and says, I am pleased with this direct. Got a few surprises. Could definitely have been worse. I wonder what they have for the general.
Yeah, and I think once the general comes as well, it'll help. Like, you can go back and look at this in hindsight and be like, okay, maybe it wasn't so bad considering the complete advertising package of what Nintendo was trying to do. It might make more sense why certain games are here. But again, until the general happens, we don't know. Like, we don't have the full context of Nintendo's marketing scheme to begin the year until we get through this first quarter of the year. And then here's the Cindy Estes. Dropped a 1022 to get us to the 69. That is a streak. I'll hit the button at least. I take, but we're good streaky! Yes! He's talking to Michaela over there. Yeah, Michaela's talking to him, I think.
I was just gonna tell you, the Hollow Knight update just went live.
It's just been live,
so I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah. There you guys go. Hollow Knight update is live now. Of course, credit the Team Cherry. Of course, they made it a free update. These are the Chads that could have sold Silk Song for 40 and chose not to. You know, these are the Chads that, you know, they just, only reason Silk Song's even out is because at some point they needed to stop. They could have kept making more content.
Pragmatic demos live.
There it is. Told you guys, it's always within within like an hour of the direct, guys. It's like that way every time. We've hit, you know, a little bit past that. Glance at see if there's a few more ads worth getting to. Otherwise, guys, we're gonna be right back tonight. Full on discussion, deep diving on some of our, you know, what we're most excited about. And maybe even deeper on those thoughts about what this means for the general direct that we suspect is coming. Let's see here. And who knows? I don't know if Nate the Hate and other people have started talking out there about, hey, since, you know, because maybe Nate the Hate wants to drop a confirmation after watching people's reactions to this, being like, hey, the general direct is coming. Maybe he's already said something and I don't even know. All games should come with a demo, says Joycey. I think AAA games especially should always have a demo. I don't think there's a reason not to. Unless it's like I'll say if it's like one of those always online games, that I kind of understand. That's kind of tough to like make a demo for a game like that. But any single player experience that's AAA should have a demo. Or if it's like local co-op, should have a demo. Indies probably would benefit them to have a demo, obviously. But I can also understand, like, when you're a team of like 3 people, sometimes just trying to get the game made is hard. And you run into budgetary concerns, and it can be really hard. Like, and you can see this when you guys go to events. If you guys ever decide to go to events like PAX or there's a lot of other gaming conferences, but like PAX is like the bigger ones in the US. You'll play some of these indie demos, and they're like very much like sometimes not even demos. It's just the game. And it can be very buggy, and they'll like try to cut you off and just do like literally sit there with a stopwatch timer. Hey, you got to get off now. Because like building an actual demo is it can be quite difficult for a really small team. So I try to give, you know, indie devs a little leeway on that. But yeah, I would love that for demos to be there for everything. And AAA, I just don't think has any excuse. That is just not prioritizing giving people an ability to try. And sometimes it's because they're hiding shit. Like what game was it? Alien Isolation? Whatever game that was, it was shit. Like they were hiding how shit that game was. That's why there was no demo. And you know, with AAA, there's always a warning when review embargoes are the day of release. That's usually a really, really, really big warning sign. Like, damn. And it's funny too, because like you'll see review embargoes are like, you know, they'll be, oh, review embargoes are day of release, and then you'll see like the people with the review copies, they'll just go on X or something and be like, guys, this game's in trouble. And they're literally playing it, but they just can't say anything more than that. It's like, okay, yeah. Drop your pre-order. This is gonna be a shit show. This is not gonna be good. I'm very curious if they're like even Marathon. I hope they're confident in that, because it's gonna get shown probably next week. I hope they're confident in that to give a demo, or if not a demo, at least, you know, have a normal review embargo. All right, I see Gamebird in here is probably catching up on everything. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna head out because we're gonna save much more of the deeper thoughts for tonight. But thank you guys so much for being here. Sure, turn in tonight, because it's not only a bonus episode, it's episode 100, which I think is noteworthy. And maybe we can reminisce a little bit on what this show means to all of us, because we don't really get to do that very often. And I think it's good to look back at 100 episodes and appreciate the journey. All right, guys. Catch you tonight.
See you tonight. Thanks, guys.